working fine. So sorry about that, guys, on YouTube. If you're watching us on YouTube, we're trying to run multiple platforms. I'm trying to produce, talk, so I apologize for all that. But, I want to take a moment and, all I've been hearing, it's got to be too much. John, what do you think about all this coverage of 41?
I think he died. That's it. I mean, it didn't used to be, they surely didn't call it a national holiday and stop the mail from running.
And they stopped the stock exchange.
The stock exchange, too, after an 800-point hit yesterday, they're not going to try to rebound on it. And I got the news today from Barney about the thing. It was all a glitch.
Yeah, I saw that.
Did you see that? It was all a computer glitch. That now the algorithms, is that correct?
The algorithm, yeah.
Are controlling the stock market.
Absolutely. And there's computerized models because the analysts can't do everything. You need to go to your left, John. You keep sliding up. So, anyways, here's my thought on this, and this is going to piss a lot of people off. So I'm going to read your comments. Haven't seen a feed by you guys in a while. Well, Michelle, I was kicked off of Facebook. During the Republican purge before the election, I was one of the people that they decided should no longer have the right to be on the Facebook platform. So I was kicked off. So I'm using
Don't tell me how we're doing it.
We're
using Mark Zuckerberg's backdoor feed.
Yeah, this is like pirate social media feed here. So remember in the old days, it would be the pirate radio. They'd be like broadcasting from their house. They'd be a ship off the coast or something like that. This is pretty much like pirate media or something like that. So yeah, we are back. We're kind of back, but we're going to be really back in January when we talk about that. But I'm going to say something that's going to really, really piss people off. And people are going to be like, you're a dick, Cliff. That's just not right. But here's my thing. When Dale Earnhardt died, when he smashed into that wall and he died, I watched NASCAR, but I frankly couldn't give a damn. When Princess Diana was being chased by the paparazzi and I woke up at it was like 3 o'clock in the morning. We woke up, my wife and I sleep with the TV on. So I was watching that and I'm like, oh, wow, she died. But I didn't shed a tear. I just don't care about people enough where I'm going to shed tears or watch memorials if I don't know those people. I mean, when I say know those people, I mean, have they been to my house? Have we gone to lunch together? Have we spoken on the phone about things?
Do you have a letter from the fella?
Yeah.
A bill?
Yeah. I mean, but then here goes the next thing is, and this is the part that people are going to be like, that they're going to think is wrong, is all these people that say, oh, well, Bush was a public servant. He cared about service. He cared about service.
He cared so much about service that they're donating his dog. Nobody in the family is going to take it to the Reed Hospital.
They're giving it back or something?
They're giving it back so somebody else
can
have it
out.
as a service dog. As a service dog.
Well, yeah, well, they should get
if he was the family dog.
No, he was their service. They've only had him for a year.
They got him after Barbara Bush died.
Yeah, so he's a service dog, so he's going back to work. I get that.
Okay, well, I thought he was maybe the family
dog.
No,
he was. But here's the thing, guys, is all these people talk about the service. He's dedicated to service. George Bush was not down at the food shelter putting out, scoops of mashed potatoes on homeless people's plate for no money. There are people in this world that dedicate their lives to real service, that take blankets to the homeless when it's cold, that do things. But taking a job as the head of the CIA, that's not service. Anybody, all of you would do that. If you got a phone call and said, hey, we would like you to run the CIA. Oh, okay.
Sure.
And we're going to give you $200,000 a year to do that. We would all say yes to that. So then the question came, well, what about Trump? Trump, he came down from his ivory tower, and he's doing it for the country. Listen, guys, you won't find a bigger supporter of Trump than me. But Trump ain't doing it for that reason. Trump's doing it for his ego. Yeah. Now, I don't care what the byproduct is, because the byproduct is
working out great
he's
for us.
Kicking ass, and his desire to go down and be the greatest president ever is what is making him a great president. His desire to be the person that everybody says, oh, wow, that in the history books, 40, 50 years from now, when he's in his pine box and he's had his,
Oh, I doubt it'll be a pine box.
Well, whatever. But, but he's doing it, and my conversation was, they're like, why is he doing it? I'm like, he's doing it, he's getting paid in ego. He's getting paid in pure ego. He doesn't need the money, but he needs the ego. That's why Trump isn't the mayor of New York City. That's why Trump isn't the dog catcher of New York City. Because those don't pay enough. They don't pay enough to anything. When we talk about like Jeb Bush, Jeb Bush is a servant, he was a governor. He was the governor. He wasn't like the city councilman that was making $14,000 a year, working 80 hours a week for his constituents. These people are taking these jobs in these pristine places that pay a lot of money and get a lot of exposure and a lot of things given to them. That's why they do it. Most people don't do it for the service. If you want to really contribute, you want to serve your community, well, then you need to go down to the soup kitchen. You need to go to the homeless shelter. You need to go rescue dogs. You need to do whatever you want. Those people are really serving our country. But for somebody to say, oh, well, he was a senator for 26 years. He served his country. Bullshit. He was collecting a $180,000 salary, plus all the freebies and the goodies and all those things, and living the life of luxury and living a life of like opulence. And he was, all these people that give all this stuff and they're supposedly servants to the public. I say bullshit. I say it's absolute bullshit. I'm on the Pinellas County Board of Adjustment. I was appointed by my good friend. I serve. I don't get paid anything, but I don't feel like I'm serving the community. I just do it because I like it. But I don't wake up in the morning and be like, oh, I'm serving the community. I'm taking time out of my day. I take time out of my day.
Now, Brett Kavanaugh, he serves the community.
And what do you mean, as a basketball coach?
Basketball coach. He goes down to the soup kitchen every week.
Absolutely.
He's a community server.
But he can only do that because he had a job paying a bunch of money.
Right.
If he didn't have this other job, he wouldn't be able to do that. He'd have to go work.
What do you think? We should get homeless people to serve homeless people?
No, but I don't think we should say that, oh my God, that they're such great people. But hey, we're gonna bring Bernie Jocks on. Let me see if we can get Bernie in the house. Hold on one second. I got to go bring Bernie's little thing up. Hey, Bernie, if you're out there, come on. I saw you were on the thing. Let me get Bernie back in the house. So what is somebody saying? Okay, now Scott said he was shot down when he was 18. And that's an absolute thing. I think that is true service to your country. I absolutely agree with that, Scott. I think that he did get shot down. And that was true service, okay? And if you just stop there, I think that would be enough. Hey, Bernie, in the house?
Hey, Jim.
That's Bernie. What do you think?
No, I see Jim said, hey.
Pause it. Let me get.
Okay.
Hey, Bernie, can you hear me? Okay, yeah, we're clean now. So let me bring you in here, and we're going to add you to this whole, service situation. So hold on one second, Bernie. We're going to bring Bernie on, and we're going to hear what Bernie has to say about service and all, whatever. And Bernie was in Berkeley, and we're going to talk a lot about that. So hold on one second here, Bernie. I got to manipulate the picture here. Guys, if you can bear with us for 1 second, we're gonna crank Bernie up here and have him. Bernie, I kind of got you a little skewed because you. I think next time you need to come on with your camera sideways, but don't do it now because it's already like formatted, okay? So hold on one second, guys. Now I just got to crop old Bernie, and we will be in business with Bernie.
I didn't know you got that old, Bernie. I said, I didn't know you got old. Yeah.
Hold on 1 second here, guys. All right, we're gonna. Okay, Bernie, I got you there. Let me bring you up on one other site, and we will be good to go. But people on Facebook can see you now, Bernie. I'm just bringing you on to the to our YouTube feed, and because I don't have like it's just me doing all this stuff. We got to figure out a way to get you on here and quicker next time, I guess.
There he is. I can see him. I see his Trump hat hanging up there by the air vent. He's got it going on. It's echoing.
I know, because you're hearing them both on both feeds. Okay.
No.
Hold on 1 second. Bernie, what I want to talk about first is I want to talk about your trip to Berkeley. I think that's important. You know, hold on a second. Let me get you here. All right, Bernie, we've got you on both feeds now. I think we're all good. So, Bernie, okay, everybody knows this is Bernie Jocks. Bernie Jocks is it's Bernie Jocks Esquire, attorney at law, Baron. Why do they use all those different things? I mean, you ever notice, like, some people aren't happy with attorney at law. They want to be called Esquire. What's the story with that, Bernie? Answer me that real fast.
I don't know. I mean, being an attorney, I'm not one of those, but attorneys can have pretty big egos, and I think, I don't know. I mean, there's so many terms. You're a lawyer, you're an attorney, you're Esquire, you're a lot of things.
Yeah. I mean, you know,
Bernie Jocks.
You're a barrister too, right? Or I guess you're a barrister. I guess if you're in England, you're a barrister or
right,
whatever.
in England, yeah. Barrister, right.
You know,
how come most attorneys have CPA after their
No,
name?
they don't. Some of them do. Some of them went on to get their CPA, or maybe they were accounted as their undergraduate or something like that.
Oh, okay.
But Bernie, you went out to Berkeley. You went into the Lions Den, and tell us a little bit about who invited you, how you were invited, and what the reception was to the libtard nation of deplorable education at Berkeley University.
All right, so this group called Bridge USA, and to their credit, you know, what they do is they invite speakers on campus. They bring two. They bring one from the left, which is, I mean, they're in sync with all these college campuses, but they throw a bone to a conservative, you know, to come in there and
Hey, Bernie, you got to be careful, man. Somebody could, when you say throw a bone to somebody, man, that could be construed as racist. That could be. Man, you gotta be careful here, Bernie. We're treading on very thin liberal ice here. Okay, so go on. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
Facebook joke.
Well, you know, first you'll get like some 7-day sentences, and then you'll be put in the pokey for 30 days.
Did you see the one I seen today? It said all the people that are in Facebook jail ought to be able to talk to other people in Facebook jail, just like being locked up.
Absolutely.
Everybody in Facebook jail should be all thrown into the same group so you can chit-chat amongst each other.
Like it's
as long as you don't fight and then, you know.
Like a Facebook group that you're put into. You
know?
But
put in Facebook jail.
Yeah, in real prisons.
Like a real prisoner. If you're in jail, you're in jail.
I sent a lot of people to prison, but, you know, they could hang out in the yard.
Yeah, there you go.
Solitary confinement.
Hey, could be a game. You could walk out there, you're in there, you could have a little person, you could walk over and chat with Bernie for a little while, walk over chat with Cliff, then when they blow the whistle, you gotta go back to your cell, and it could be a whole interactive game.
Real jail. Come on.
Yeah.
I wonder if I would probably get like shanked in like Facebook jail, you know.
You wouldn't make it.
I don't think I would make it, you know.
Definitely, I can see it.
But,
so they invited me to speak, you know, out to Berkeley. And so I'm there on stage, and we spoke to two different groups. We spoke to the student body, and then I went to the professor's class. And boy, I mean, what a weird place. I mean, like you said, the Lion's Den. I felt like I was in the belly of the beast. In fact, I came up with this new hashtag. I felt like a conservative missionary going to the dark and far places, spreading the gospel.
I mean, and that's really what's needed. So what was the average, like, were most of them just complete, like, liberal brainwashed, or were there a few bright spots in the pile of, like, political, like, philosophy shit, for a better term, or what was it about?
I mean, look, the vast majority are going to be very left-wing oriented students. I mean, just walking around on the campus, there's always some kind of protest or protesting Trump. They're doing this. One guy was going around passing out a flyer about how capitalism has failed. He was like, capitalism has failed. I'm walking with my friend. He hands my friend the flyer. Capitalism has failed. And then without missing a beat, he compliments my friend on his jacket. And I'm like, wait a minute. I mean, I'm sure a socialist government didn't create that jacket. It was the capitalist system.
Well, according to Barack Obama, the guy who made that jacket didn't even make that jacket. We made that jacket. You didn't start that business. You didn't build that business. Well, I can tell you as a business owner, like the business that I'm in, me and my buddies started this business. You know, Barack Obama didn't come in here and save this business or build this business. So, yeah, did you see where that Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez she actually got chewed up a little bit by CNN? Did you see that?
I'm surprised.
Where they actually questioned her math about, $42 trillion for all the free health care and all that. They actually questioned her a little bit and, had to burn a timeout and be like, well, that math just doesn't make sense that you're coming up with, I mean, it's...
She's clueless. She's off the rocker, and I'm sure, man, I'm glad she got called out. I mean, but...
she's going to get called out every day, Bernie. Did you see where she's already complaining about the interns not getting paid because she went slumming one night, and so the people that work at the bars all work at the Capitol or in the Senate building, and they don't make enough to pay their bills. So she's starting a campaign before she ever gets in there that she's going to pay everybody $15 an hour.
Well,
give me a break. Give me a break. As a guy who did internships, and I did one of those internships with a Republican congressman, it was unpaid, but I got, the experience. I was there. I got to help out. Representatives. I mean, come on.
That's a part of learning.
Well, did you see that meme? It was Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and it said, "I don't understand. If Bush is 41, why do his kids look so old?" In other words,
you can find stupid stuff she says all the time.
That one, I gotta share it with friends.
Yeah,
or that was like the one she said, of course unemployment's down. People have 2 jobs.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah. Ridiculous. And it's funny, Andrew Gillum was making the same arguments about the 2-job thing, about unemployment. And even PolitiFact, from the Liberal Times, Bay Times, called them out, called them pants on fire lying, because that's not how you calculate unemployment rates, obviously. But it seems to be the new mantra for these socialist leftists. They're saying that the reason why the economy is so good and unemployment is low is because people are working 2 jobs, when that's not how you rate these things. I mean, I hope she comes out and it doesn't go mainstream, but we got to combat against this stuff, because this, especially on the campuses where I was, at Berkeley, these things can come into manifestation, and we got to be as strong as ever as conservatives to push back against it. But real quick, you mentioned, Cliff, were there any bright lights, over there? There were a few. A couple of my talks, there were some, you can tell from the crowd, there were some closet conservatives. They were shaking their heads quietly, and some came up to me afterwards, and they thanked me. They thanked me for speaking. They thanked me because they don't get to hear a conservative on Berkeley's campus, because typically if it's a high-profile conservative like your Ann Coulter or Ben Shapiro, they get protested. And the university takes back the invitation and nobody gets to speak. So the credit I get, I'm just a low-profile guy.
Now let me ask you a question. I'm gonna address you. Did anybody like were they shocked that you were a black conservative?
I mean, no one said it openly, but I addressed it. I was like, look, no one should have to believe something just because the way they look. And I was like, can I take offense if somebody looks at me and says I can't be conservative? And you can tell it blew their minds. I'm looking in the crowd and they're like, and a few of them,
they probably thought
they heard it.
They probably thought when this all started that you were the Democrat and the other guy was going to be the Republican, probably. Right. And all you guys are talking like, whoa, we're in like some time warp here. What's going on? But John and I have been on some college campuses, and
we're going to one next week. Yeah, we're going to talk to Bernie about this.
Yeah, wait, no, we're going to the library.
Well, we're going to somewhere. Oh. It's called the St. Petersburg Library System, revisiting the founders' error. And this is what they want you to know about for teens, tweens, and their families. It starts out, what would you include in the Constitution if you had to rewrite it? What's America's duty in the world? And do you think every vote counts? And do we need the Electoral College?
So there's going to be some talk on this in the south side of St. Pete next Saturday, Brian.
Next Saturday.
You should join us. We're going to go down there.
We're going down there, and we're going to ask them.
Information on that, for sure.
Yeah,
but look, Cliff, I mean, we were addressing some of the hot button issues, and I'm telling you, the look on their faces, because they never heard from conservatives, some of them were very intrigued. I saw some taking notes, and we're talking about illegal immigration. We're talking gun rights, and I was just blowing their minds with some of these simple, basic common sense arguments, like against open borders, for example. I was like, it's just like if you just open your door to your dorm room and allow anybody to come in without checking to know who they are, what they're doing, if they're going to come in and be your roommate. And I was like, none of you guys would do that because, A, you don't know if that person's going to cause you harm. There's a security issue. And 2, you may not have enough food to go around, or you may not have enough ramen noodles to feed these people. I mean, that's why a nation has to have borders. And I mean, and they just couldn't, they were like, wow, and one guy tried to compare my views against sanctuary cities and illegal aliens to Hitler. So that was one of the things he compared me to Hitler. And
hey, in a side note, Bernie, I got something this past, not this past week, but the week before. I got to tell you about it. I own a German Luger from 1918 that was taken off the battlefield of World War II, and I have the transfer papers when an American soldier killed a Nazi and picked up his gun and put it in his rucksack and brought it back. Okay, I had the transfer papers. But my friend Bill McCandless, his father was in the World War II, I believe, and he gave me something. I have an actual Nazi arm sleeve with like gold like stitching. It's really crazy, man. I almost feel like I shouldn't even have it. It's so but he gave it to me because he knew I had the Nazi gun, So what do you think about that?
Why do you think you shouldn't have it?
I don't know. I just feel like it's weird. It's like, what do you think about that, Bernie? Would you have like?
Are you going to keep it with the gun and the paperwork and everything you have?
Yeah. So
then there's nothing wrong in the world with that.
I know, but it's just odd.
It's kind of like that movie we've seen. What was that one movie where the guy had the plate and he snuck over there and showed it to his girlfriend? He had the plate in his cabinet with the swastika on the back.
I don't know what movie you're talking about.
The one where
I don't think I know that one.
Yeah, the one where the guy he's selling the guy weed and he comes over and he blows him away because he thinks he's having a relationship.
I don't know. If anybody knows what that is, put a comment up. But what does Debbie say? Debbie says the right needs a group like Obama started for the left. He is having people come talk to him before. You saw that, Bernie, that now Obama's almost like Don Corleone, and these potential Democrats are having to go kiss the ring to see if he's going to bless them to be a candidate in the Democratic National Committees, run for the presidential election. Have you seen that?
Can you repeat that, Cliff? You froze up a bit.
Beto O'Rourke supposedly has gone to see the Wizard Obama, and I guess be given passage or I guess anointed or the privilege to be allowed to run against possibly Donald Trump on the Democratic side. What do you think about that? Do you think that's just absurd that there's like this now? We've got Obama the troll, and he's guarding the bridge that the Democrats have to walk over in order to run for president in 2020. What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, it looks like that's what's happening. He's the de facto leader of their party. Quite a sad commentary if you ask me. But yeah, it looks like this guy Beto is gearing up. It looks like his run for Senate was all about the presidency in 2020 from the get-go, knowing that Texas is a deep red state. It was a way to get.
Yeah, but he came close, man. He came close.
He did.
I
mean, and that's scary, right? And so in Texas, coming that close and raising, he was raising a lot of money from the Hollywood types, from all the, coastal elites. They're grooming him for national office, and a lot of commentators said, win or lose, he wins to be one of the front runners in 2020. And then, we can't take it lightly. Because I see another Obama in the making. He's a smooth talking, he's charismatic, what have you, hip and young. So definitely somebody we gotta take seriously and make sure that his message does not resonate.
Yeah, I really didn't follow the whole Beto thing, because we live in Florida here, and we had enough political sausage being made here, where we, I really didn't focus much other than what you could see on the, the mainstream media about that Beto O'Rourke. But I just find it interesting that
I heard he was stingy. He had extra $32 million and he wasn't sharing with anybody.
Because he probably wants to save it for his next run.
Well, that's what he said. They asked him would he put some money downfield to help the people in lower places that were running, and he said no. He wasn't giving any of his money in.
Now, Bernie, before you came on, we were talking about, I don't know if you saw it, my opinion on public service. Okay? And there's been all this hoopla. I think the McCain funeral just ended 4 days ago when the Bush one took off. Bush's funeral seems like it's going to last another like 6 weeks until, another politician falls.
I'm so tired of seeing the flag at half-mast.
I know. So, it goes back.
I'm going to just put 2 flags up. One at half-mast and one at full-mast. This way I don't got to spend all this time.
Yeah. But, all these people that, I don't know. I just don't get it. If I've talked to people, if I have like interaction with people, those are the people I care about. But to care about people that you've never met, and it goes this way with like celebrities, all these people that like love like movie stars and Hollywood people and these singers and stuff like that. I just don't get it. Look, Bush, he's all right, he did his thing, but he didn't do it out of the kindness of his heart. He did it for the power. He did it for the money. He did it for all those things. Do you think I'm wrong in that?
Did he do any book deals?
I don't know. Look.
I know you're going to be careful on this one. Here's where Bernie's going to run politics.
Cliff, this is the guy, at 18, signed up.
I know. I agree with that part. But then,
and from what I've seen, look, I can't judge the heart. From what I've seen, he devoted his life to public service, and he certainly has done that. And I know there's different viewpoints as to why somebody does something. So it's all speculation. But the fact is, he did serve. There's a lot of ways you can make more money in the private sector than in government service. And so I think you got to go case by case when it's these individuals as to.
And I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about Bush. I'm talking about everybody in general. All these people that are senators for like 40 years, and and people like that. I don't think they're like really giving of themselves totally. I think they're in it for a decent payday. I think they're in it for all the things that go along. I mean, even the people in what city do you live in, Bernie? Seminole. Maybe not so, but if the people that live in like Clearwater and St. Petersburg and Pinellas County, all those politicians, they get perks. They get a certain amount of stuff given to them. Not stuff as far as like monetary, but access. I mean, these people are living for.
Right.
I don't think they're doing it.
That's why I say, Cliff, it depends on the person, because there are some people, government job or government elected office is like a step up, and they can make easy money, whether it be 6 figures or whatever, and they couldn't cut it in the private sector, and that's why you have this scourge of, career politicians. But there are some people who were already wealthy to begin with, or people who don't really need the job for money or status. A guy like our current president,
Sure, but I talked about that
even George H.W. Bush came from a very wealthy family,
Okay, well, let's
making money before he got into office, and so it's not that he needed that for a job. I mean, that guy would have been making money regardless, and so I think it depends.
But George Bush didn't run for local city councilman, and you can do a lot of good as city councilman. No, he ran for something where he would be the governor. He wanted his name to be elevated. He wanted his status to be elevated. These people aren't going down to the soup kitchen without a camera and serving up mashed potatoes to homeless people. These people are taking these elevated positions and going for, the huge, like let's say our governor Rick Scott. Okay, Rick Scott was worth what, $500 million, whatever it was worth. I mean, he didn't run for state house. He wanted to be the governor. Why do you want to be the governor?
So his name will go down in history.
He wanted to be the governor because it's an ego-driven thing. I really believe that. I think it's all ego-driven, and it's just different levels of ego.
Well, somebody told me, I'm a former candidate, and somebody said it to me. They're like, anybody who would put themselves up for public office to think they're the one who can either represent a group of people, or there be a whole state or district, has, I guess, a certain amount of ego. But some people are
absolutely
by service, right? some people are driven by, they feel like their skill set translates better to a statewide office or what have you. So I mean, I really can't say. I can only look at what's on the surface. Like you said, I don't know these individuals personally. I've met Governor Scott multiple times, and he comes off as a very sincere and earnest guy. Who collected no salary from the people and got rid of the state jet. But I mean, obviously, he felt equipped to serve the state as a whole. And I think he did an excellent job as governor of Florida, and he's done.
I think he did. And I'm not opposed. I'm not opposed to somebody who wants to do it. I think that's great. But I just think all this this deity worship and I'm watching TV and I'm watching the plane fly with him in it. I'm like, I don't need to waste 5 minutes of my life watching a plane, and then the plane is going to go on the tarmac real slow, and we're going to listen to Brett Baer trying to find,
they're bringing out
just filled void.
The hearse is pulled up to the plane now.
Okay.
And the dog catcher, nope, he doesn't have the dog.
Please
stand by. There's rain on the scene.
To me, it just seems like, when
they don't show the dead soldiers this much honor when they come back.
I think, yeah. I mean, I think when and I talk about Dale Earnhardt Jr. Not Dale Earnhardt Jr., but Dale Earnhardt Sr. when he slammed into the wall, right? There were all these people out on Gandy Beach with this Dale Jr. or this Dale Earnhardt Memorial, and all these people had these candles, and you would think their lives were ruined. Well, Dale Jr. never ate dinner at their house. He didn't call them on the phone. I just don't see why people get so invested
there goes all our NASCAR fans.
In other people that they've never really met. I mean, Bernie, you and I have become to know each other. If something happened to you, I would be like, oh, that's terrible. And I would maybe go to a memorial, or I don't want to put a bad mojo on her, but I think people we should have a kinship to. We should have a concern. But people that I just think it's just too much. I mean,
do you mean to tell me you wouldn't have waited 3.5 hours out there last night in line?
It's more meaningful. But I mean, a lot of people look towards whether it be athletes or movie stars or political leaders. People do that. They look at these people for leadership and inspiration, and so if they don't have them around anymore, you can see how that can affect somebody. What I will say is, I mean, in the memorial service today, it was a lot of people who had personal connections with the 41st president, people who served with them.
All those people should have been there. All those people should have been lined up. I think all those people should have been. But all these people that are watching it on TV and they're crying and they're flying across I just don't get it. And maybe I'm a callous son of a bitch. I don't know. But I saw one guy and he said, I don't know. One guy took 18 hours to get there or something like that. And
one guy said he came in from Hawaii to pay his respects.
Yeah, I'm like...
Then they made a big deal out of the
Boy
Scout that stood there for a full minute saluting the casket.
Yeah, I mean...
But Cliff, you'd agree that, there's certain things a president can do that can be consequential to a person's, individual life. He presided over, say, the end of the Cold War. And if you're from, an area that was affected by the Cold War and there was liberation and you were able to leave the scourge of communism, I could see that person having an attachment to the president who saw it through, was part of the Reagan administration, and wow, they're like that. Those policies affected my family's personal life, and I'm going to go and pay homage, to this president who did that, or whether it be you name it. You name the president. Whatever they did that was controversial.
And like I said,
World War II. Bringing the boys back from Desert Storm.
I think all those are great. I think all those are great things. And I'm not just saying it's all about politicians. I'm talking about all these things. Like Muhammad Ali. People think he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. I mean, I just don't get it. I don't care much about people I don't know, I've never met, I don't have a personal relationship with.
The cult of personality, Cliff, and I think there is a balance, but I do think it's appropriate to pay respect and to have a day so forth of mourning, and I think the president, our current president,
Listen,
I tone on that.
Yeah, listen, I'm all
Let me ask you this. If Air Force went down tomorrow, you think they'd be making this big of a to-do for Donald Trump?
No, of course not.
No, they wouldn't.
Here's the thing. I'm as much a Trump fan as the next person, Bernie. Okay? I am, you won't find a bigger Trump fan. But I assure you...
Go to a Trump meeting without you then.
Yeah, but I assure you that if Trump dies tomorrow, I ain't going to no memorials. I ain't watching it all on TV. I'm not watching a hearse drive at 3 miles an hour for an hour. I'm not watching an airplane that's flying in the sky on a long zoom lens fly real. I'm not watching. I don't have enough invested in it to care enough about it, I guess. I don't know. Maybe, like I said, I'm just a callous bastard.
Yeah, we'll go with that on.
But let I'm going to ask you another question, Bernie. Yep. Now there was a story where there was a daycare center, and in this daycare center, the daycare workers had this little boy wear a dress, and apparently it happened on multiple occasions. Okay,
twice, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, 2 days in a row. It might have been more. It might have been. We don't know. We just know. Supposedly the story's 2 days. I know if I pulled up to the daycare center and my 3 or 4 year old son, which I have a son and he's not that young, something very tragic would happen in that building if I walked in and somebody put a dress on my son. I mean, what say you about that? Am I over the top there on that one?
I mean, that's ridiculous. I mean, what business do they have doing that? I mean, what is this, a social experiment place? I mean, this supposed to be providing daycare services, not, performing experiment. I mean, I don't know what to say, Cliff.
I don't know. I mean, okay. Let me just say this. Okay, let's say they're playing dress up, okay, and all the girls are putting on princess dresses, okay. And they've got a whole closet of princesses' dresses. And my son walks over there and even remotely seems like that's going to happen. If somebody there doesn't say, no, Bryce, you go play with those trucks over there, I'm going to have a problem with that. I expect them to steer my son because I'm a big proponent of, toxic masculinity. I believe heavily in toxic masculinity. I am for toxic masculinity. I want toxic masculinity.
Don't go to Berkeley. You won't be welcome there.
I know, but I mean, do you think your parents would have had a problem if they would have walked in daycare when you were like 3 years old and there was a dress on you? What would they say?
Of course they would. Of course they would.
No,
and that never happened to me.
I hope
you don't know.
too.
It might out. We don't have
cameras. The guy goes in to confront the lady, and she goes, "Oh, I can't talk to you about this." And he's like, "You got to go talk to somebody else." He's like, "I don't need to talk to anybody but you. This better not happen again."
Yeah.
This is an invasion of the purview of parenthood. I mean, this is beyond the pale that a daycare worker can think they can go cross that line to put a dress on a boy that they're tasked to take care of.
I've seen sisters do it to little brothers.
Yeah. Now look, if my daughter wanted to paint my son's fingernails as like a joke, as like a guinea pig experiment, I might. No, I'm not even okay with that. I'm not.
As long as he took it off afterwards, or if he fell asleep and they painted his toes or something like that, I could see a prank or something like that.
So Debbie says it's confusion identity.
Who's confused?
Well, I think
the people running the place, because the kid's not confused. He didn't wear a dress in there.
He can't make any decision on his own.
No,
it's just a kid, as a boy. I mean, you don't impose something like that on children. I think we've been seeing a lot of that in our society, the over-sexualizing of children, making their decisions for them for these types of things and assigning them this or that, not rejecting biology and just saying, I mean, look, these are children. I mean, keep your worldview to your parameters, but don't go to other people's kids and try to impose whatever kind of view you have. I mean, this is very strange.
Yeah. Debbie says they're making the child confused.
Well, now did you see McDonald's new thing? No more all toys have to be unisex. No more. Is it the Happy Meal for a boy or for a girl? Can't ask that anymore. We're just going to throw something in there and hope he can use his imagination and have a good time with it. And he pulls it out and it's a pink stopwatch. What the heck is he going to have fun with that for?
Yes.
But no more identity like that. That's over with. You can't do that either.
Hey, what do you think about Paris? That's all this uprising.
What do you think about Denmark sending them all to an island?
Well, I think that's a start.
I think that's
look, the people, the working class people worldwide are fed up. And I think this president in France, who thought he was going to be heralded as a leader, leading on climate change by imposing higher taxes on the working class, the people he's been elected to serve, is learning real quick that when you push people too much based on your far-out ideology, people are going to push back. And this is not, France is not some kind of, conservative place. I mean, these people have gone along with a lot of liberal things. But, I mean, there is a line. And when you mess with people's pocketbooks and make it more difficult for them to pay for essential things like fuel, I mean, you're gonna see people take the streets. And that should be a message to leftists all around the world, including here in our country, who want to impose these high carbon taxes, cap and trade, as we saw a few years back. I mean, people are not going to take it, I mean, when you're messing up with the economy, you're messing with people's daily economic decisions and how they can afford essentials, people are going to take to the streets, and I'm glad people of France did and the president backed down.
Hey, well, I saw this number, and I can't confirm it, and I'm not the one that generated it, and I'm not the one who analyzed it, but I saw this number, and it was really, really shocking, Bernie. And I believe this number exists, but it's about the illegal immigrants. It's about there's two numbers I saw, and the one is, do you know what percentage of immigrants receive welfare?
No, I don't have that number on it.
I saw it, and it was at, this is in California, okay, so it's not nationwide, but the number was the percentage of immigrants in California that receive assistance. Juan, would you like to take a stab at what the number would be?
7 million.
No, percentage of the
45%.
45% of the immigrants. Now, what would you say, Bernie? We'll play a little. The immigrant is right here on this one. What would you say? John says 45%.
Debbie says almost 86%.
Okay, what do you say, Bernie?
I'm gonna go at least 75%.
It was in the 70s, they said. It was 70+%. So now, then I saw another number that was absolutely, and, you don't have to be, a bleeding heart or a hard ass. You just have to look at, math and pure, fiscal responsibility. I saw another number that the average immigrant that we bring in, of these batches, of all these people that we keep bringing in, $40,000 a year it costs for one person.
Where are they living?
$40,000. Well, it's all the services. It's food, medical. I'm sure the parents get the free Obama phone. Because they don't have jobs. We have to pay for their education, and we have to pay for schools that have people that speak different languages in the schools. And they said the average number is $40,000 a person. Well, at some point, and this is what's happening in Europe, Bernie. If you have, I think. Denmark has 7 million people or something like that. I think it was 7 million people. I could be wrong on that. I used to know stats. But you bring another 1 million people, and the 7 million can't afford to pay for the 1 million that don't work. And that's what's happening in the Swedens and the Frances and in the other places.
How many of them are trying to leave the UK now?
I don't know.
I know Germany's trying to. Italy's trying to.
You mean EU?
Yeah. There's a bunch of them trying to leave now.
So, at what point, it's not about human rights, I don't think, because, there's a lot of people here we could help here. But, what are the people...
There's a lot of struggling Americans, in our streets. You mentioned the soup kitchens before. A lot of people are hit, whether it be by the opioid epidemic or just, tough economic circumstances, and they are Americans. So we have and there's a cost to that. So when you're talking about people who shouldn't be here or are circumventing the rules, and then adds the cost, it actually takes away services from real Americans and confers benefits to illegals. That's one of the big tragedies. And even in the legal process, you want to make sure that people who are coming here are going to be able to be sustainable and not just going to come on, the public dole. And that's why you got to have the vetting. You got to make sure that you're going to be working and contributing. And that's why you don't let anybody in. And that's everybody in. And that's the point I was making to the students at Berkeley. I was like, look, even if you had a big heart, you wouldn't just let everybody come in and be a roommate in your dorm room if they're not going to contribute anything, because you're going to run out of food. You live there first. This is your dorm room, and there's resources aren't unlimited.
Well, I mean, this is what I would do. Did you? Well, I'm going to hold up on that one.
What?
But did you see at Harvard? Was it Harvard or Yale? That those girls went in that other girl's room and searched it because they seen she had a MAGA hat, found out she had a concealed weapons, and they kicked her out of her apartment.
Yeah, did you hear about that, Bernie?
No.
This girl was wearing had a MAGA hat.
She had a MAGA hat.
A MAGA hat. So her roommates got all concerned about that.
They weren't on campus either.
Yeah, it was just a dorm. It was just an apartment. And then they decided to, search her room. And supposedly, she still can't get an answer to why they searched her room. And there's all these, back and forth. So when they were searching her room, they came across her licensed, legal concealed weapon in the...
Because she was from Alabama.
In the apartment building. And so then her roommates, and they were it wasn't a dorm, but it was when you go to college, there's some housing that's it's
subsidized by the college, off campus.
Off campus, yeah. So anyways, after they searched her room, they found the gun, then they spoke to the landlord, I guess, and now he's asked her to leave, right during finals.
I think she's got
a heck of a case. First off, for invasion of privacy.
She said a lot of lawyers were reaching out to her, which I didn't think that was legal, but
Look, I mean, I'm seeing just on the surface a lot of potential issues there when it's coming to constitutional rights, and just procedurally. I mean, what was the probable cause?
The MAGA hat.
A MAGA hat?
Yeah, that's the reason. They said, hey, Bernie, from Alabama.
Bernie, you got a MAGA hat behind you, don't you?
Yeah, I see it hanging. I'm going to raid your joint tonight.
We're going to come in there. You darn well better not have any weapons, But yeah, that was an insane story. I just felt man, it's crazy, what is... I don't think there's going to come a time where this is ever going to calm itself down unless it fractures like an earthquake. What do you think, Bernie?
I mean, look, we just got to push back against this kind of stuff, because I think the left, you give them an inch and take a mile, and to criminalize viewpoint, I think we talked about this. I talked to somebody about this at the Trump Club. It's almost like we didn't win the election because we can't properly celebrate. Because people are afraid to put a Trump bumper sticker. They're afraid to go out in public with a MAGA hat because of what might happen to them in public. It's absurd. I mean, how we win an election, but we have to be quiet, about, our candidates.
It's the silent majority. I've got a sign that says the silent majority.
And it's been that way for decades, going back, since I don't know, man. I mean,
when we go to this school event, we're going to try to school them.
Yeah.
Because you know who started the Republican Party? Do you know, Bernie?
Who started it?
Yeah.
Well, a bunch of group of abolitionists.
Nope, it was.
Abraham Lincoln was our first.
Abraham Lincoln started it, and it was to free slavery. Now they're wanting to have this. Go to the St. Pete School website and look up this event they're having.
We'll post it up on the site.
We'll put it up on our site.
But we're going to go to this
But I did hear the economy is doing so good under Trump right now that Obama's thinking about becoming an American citizen. What do you think?
That's ridiculous.
He's going to go from Obama back to Barry, and he's going to get American citizen.
Is he going to go back to Barry?
You're going back to Barry.
He's going back to Barry. Hey, let me ask you a question. Did you hear Roger Stone's going to be at the next Tampa Bay Trump Club?
I did hear that. I got a text message from our friend James Stratton.
Yeah, he got kicked off Facebook too.
What?
He was
the first one to go down.
He went down 3 days before I did. You know,
wow.
He's a Facebook fugitive like me. You know, yeah, it's
hanging out with all these outlaws.
You are, man. It's you know, we're like social media outlaws. I don't feel like I do anything wrong. People ask me today, like, well, what did you do wrong? What did you say? Now, look, I'm not beyond saying some crap that might offend people. I actually try to offend people, and I usually feel like if I don't offend somebody, I haven't done my job.
I think you did it tonight, Cliff. I think you accomplished that.
Oh, with my I just don't care about people I don't know. You know, I mean, yeah, you know,
So Cliff, let me ask you this: Are you gonna get to hang out with Roger Stone? I mean, what
I don't know, man.
Works for him.
Listen. I was considered a fugitive on Facebook. For my association and for my opinions, if I get some pictures taken with Roger Stone, I might have Mueller knocking on my door. He'll be like, "What did you know, Julian Assange?" I mean, so what do you think? Do you think Stone's going down?
I mean, if they haven't gotten him by now, I don't know what they're waiting for, but it seems that he is under the gun. And I've heard an interview. He was actually on Bubba. Bubba had him on.
Oh, really?
And he was saying how he had to open up a legal defense fund and he's taking donations. I mean, the amount of scrutiny he's getting from Mueller already. I mean, there's a lot, and he's already got there's a financial burden, to defending these things. And that's how these rogue prosecutors do it. They'll squeeze you until you're squeezed financially, you're squeezed, your morale, and then you give in. But I mean, Roger Stone is a fighter. Look, the guy is not gonna back down, and I'm interested to hear what he's gonna say at the Trump Club.
Yeah, I think you're right, but a lot of people say that if somebody came knocking on your door, Bernie, and you're a good, upstanding young man, and you're a former prosecutor, right? And you're an attorney, but I bet you if somebody spent $7 million, they would find something Bernie did wrong, wouldn't they? I bet you they'd find.
I seen him at the last Trump Club. It cost $7 million.
Look! If they
spent, he's a chip double dipper.
If they spent $7, they could find something I did wrong.
No, they got.
I mean, it's outrageous. It's an investigation looking for a crime instead of a crime being investigated. It's absolutely ridiculous, and I'm excited. I hope he does show up at the Tampa Bay Trump Club. And if anybody out there is in the Tampa Bay area and you want to come see Roger Stone, he's going to be at Tampa. Now, when is that? The 13th or something? When is that? Like the 16th?
I thought it was the 18th.
Is it the 18th? I think it's the 18th. And they're going to try and raise, and they're going to try and get some Christmas presents to give to some needy kids and things like that. But so we're wrapping up here, Bernie. Is there anything you want to leave us with? Is there anything you want to talk about or finish up with?
No, that's it. Like I mentioned, I've taken on this role as a conservative missionary. I'll see which campus I hit up next, to spread the good news of conservatism.
Save your time over at FSU over in Tampa. USF. We got no love over there, and we were passing out candy bars.
Yeah, I was trying to pass out candy bars to, and then I had this map that this globe that I bought. And I blacked out every country, right? And this was back when South Korea was going to destroy us and all this stuff. So I had all these people. I'm like, oh, okay, what do you think about that? And they told me all this stuff about Iran and South Korea, and they gave me and Venezuela. And I said, oh, okay, you seem to know a lot about it. Can you show it to me on this globe here, where Venezuela is, or South Korea, or North Korea, or any of these places that you feel like you're so informed about? Now you would think if you're going to give me your opinion about how we're destroying the world and Iraq and Iran and Venezuela and these college students are so informed, I said, well, just show me where it's at on this globe. And not one of them could show me where any of those countries were.
It's amazing what's going on in the college campuses. I will say this, as bad as an environment it is for conservatives on Berkeley, even some of the leftist students, they listen because, again, I'm not one of those. I'm not Shapiro. I don't have a big name, so they couldn't protest me. They had to listen. And a few of them came up to me afterwards and said, "Look, we disagreed, but it was interesting to hear something different on campus." So I think it's right what you all are doing and what anybody can do to reach some of these young minds. And some of them, on illegal immigration, they weren't completely in step with me, but they were coming up to me and they're saying, "Well, why don't we punish the employers for hiring them illegally? They're at fault." I had liberals advocating for E-Verify because they heard of something different, and so we can't cede the campuses, because if we do, if we avoid it, the liberals are going to take over. We're not going to hear different voices. And that's literally our future, guys. I mean,
I absolutely agree. Hey, I got like 30 seconds, but I'm gonna leave with this, Bernie. When I went to college, I really wasn't anything, but I was a registered Democrat. I went to college during the Clinton years. I voted for Barack Obama. I voted for Mitt Romney, but I voted for Barack Obama the first time, and I'm one of the walk away people. I will openly say that I was a Democrat until I made my first six figures, and then I'm like, oh wait, well, what's going on here?
Tell them what happened to us at Home Depot this weekend.
Home Depot. Oh, John and I were at Home Depot. I had my Trump hat on. He had a Trump shirt on. We were getting hot dogs, and we had to sit at this community picnic table. And this one girl, John's like, "Hey, Cliff, grab my drink." And the lady looks at John's shirt, my hat, and she's like, "They're everywhere. Let's leave." And this woman and this husband and wife got up and left because we had on our Trump stuff.
She goes, I said, "Hey, Cliff, grab me a Sprite." And she goes, and she turns around and she looks at Cliff after she read my shirt, and she goes, "Come on, let's go. They're everywhere." And I'm like, "Excuse me?" She goes, "I wasn't talking to you." I go, "You never do."
So yeah, it's crazy. But
then the next guy that sat down, he's like, Cliff's like, "You better watch it sitting next to us." He goes, "I wouldn't wear those hats and shirts up north." Cliff's like, "We wear our hats and shirts anywhere we go. North, south, west, east."
I went into a mosque in Dearborn, Michigan with my hat on. So
the guy just got all big-eyed. He's like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah. We'll show it to you on video if you want."
But Bernie, you have a great night. We're going to cut off here because I think my buddies Will and Jamal are coming on the
4J is coming up next, guys.
Guys, go catch them. And we'll have you on next week, Bernie. Maybe not so long, but we'll have you on.
We will see you at the Trump
Club. Next time, two things. I'm not going to bring you on unless you do two things. Turn your phone sideways, and you got to put that damn Trump hat on that you have in the back. I don't want to see it hanging there. I want to see it on your head, okay? All right?
I had it on last time.
I know, but I want it on this time, okay? All right, guys. Hey, we're going to go. Find us wherever you can find us. It's still available to us in the world. I'm sure we'll be shut down on Instagram, Twitter, but we're starting our own thing, guys. We got some gumbo cooking that's coming in January. I just want to let you guys know that whatever we say on this microphone is going to be honest. This will be an honest mic. You guys have a